Aladdin, 7 out of 10. Mario, 4 out of 10. Freddy Krueger, 8 out of 10. Let's answer what are face ratings exactly, why are people opting to pay for them, and why it's all worthless in the end. So what exactly are face ratings? You would think that this would be simple to explain, right? Eyes, nose, mouth, hair. But what about chin filtrum ratio, maxilla growth, brow ridge protrusion, scleral show, hollow cheekbones? Look, a comprehensive analysis of your face would be an understatement when describing just how extensive and detailed these face ratings can really be. For example, this is a video by the YouTube channel The Modern Man. In it, the YouTuber reviews a $300 24-page report dedicated to his face, courtesy of the company Coves.
But overall, 7 aesthetic professionals like a dentist, a surgeon, a doctor, an esthetician, and others concluded that, I need Botox, I need dermal filler injections, maybe even a silicone implant along the cheek line, a blepharoplasty to fix the eyes, some sort of a rhinoplasty to adjust the nose. So
your features are broken down by the millimeter and then compared against what society considers to be optimal for attraction. If you're not familiar with Coves, they're a beauty channel and company that focuses on answering the question, what makes a face beautiful, based on research and scientific literature. Their report covers everything from facial symmetry, mid-face proportions, and jawline, as well as the optimal facial proportions, eyes, and eyebrows, along with a rendering of what you would look like with all of the improvements.
And then for the height to width ratio, because my face is a little bit longer, I have what's called hyperleptoprosopic, said that wrong, prosopic face as opposed to a mesoprosopic face, which is more preferred for men. And this is this is funny because they do a face morph of what you would look like if you had more of these average characteristics and changing some of the pieces that you have. And man, like that, my chin from the side angle, it definitely looks like Hercules. Like, looks a little bit like Hercules. I can't believe that's what my chin looks like, but...
Now, Coves doesn't actually use a number to rate you. They're just the most thorough and respectable in the space. But if you're familiar with the manosphere side of YouTube, you might have come across YouTubers like Nero Angelo and Wheat Waffles, who for as low as $5 would be more than happy to stamp a number on your forehead. Wheat Waffles in particular rates from as low as 2 to as high as 8. So why are people opting to pay for a report from Coves or individual YouTubers like Wheat Waffles and Nero Angelo? That's a fair question because there are many places where people are willing to tell you that you look like shit for free.
So when it comes to the face ratings, for example, yeah, sure, you can go outside, approach 20 women and install Tinder, do all of these stuff and jump through all of these hoops. You can do all of that if you want to save yourself $5. But that means that you need to now jump through all of these hoops. Whereas if you just wanted to save yourself all of that trouble, as long as you're willing to part with $5, it's an insignificant amount of money, then you can get the same result without having to do all of that Gestamaxing.
Or you can also go to photofeeler.com the same way Wheat does when he wants to review his Tinder photos and get rated by real women for free.
I actually got every single one of these photos tested on Photofeeler, which is a website where you can get your images rated by women. So this particular photo was rated by 50 women, all in the age range of 18 to 29. And as you can see, it reached in the top 5% of attractiveness, a 9.5.
It's not exactly a 1-to-1 ratio as far as what each service provides, but it should be a good enough idea to know where you stand. So here's why I think people pay for these face ratings. Number one, it's discreet. No one's going to say to your face, hey, you look like you have a potato for a nose. It looks big for your face. What they'll say instead is, your alar nasal width is too wide and maybe you should consider this kind of surgery. Number two, it's more in depth than the feedback you typically get from anywhere else.
So number one, chin isn't forwardly projected enough. Ideally, it should be aligned with your lips. So this is actually something that I've really never noticed until this review, until other people started making face reviews on me, right?
These ratings will go on for pages and pages, making sure to comment on every little minute aspect of your face. Number 3, curiosity. Whether it's for validation, for fun, or you're just a masochist that really enjoys this and finds this all very entertaining, much like the same way you would watching a chiropractor make cracking noises with his patient, or watching the removal of a blackhead, it's just oddly satisfying to some. Number 4, insecurity, and maybe the biggest reason. If you're struggling meeting new people, whether that be in your dating life or just making friends in general, then I can see how it's easy to feel like you're not good enough. You know, ironically enough, it seems like it's the men for the most part asking for these face ratings. And it's also the men doing the judging for the most part too. And number 5, self-improvement, a noble cause. You think this is what you need. You think that this is the objective truth and that with this information, you'll know where you stand in the pecking order. And hopefully, you'll be graced with groundbreaking information on what you can do to improve. But I got news for you. All a face rating does is make you even more self-conscious about your features. This has become the elbows too pointy meme that we used to parody on steroids. And look, I'm not of the, oh, just be confident, bro, mindset. In general, looks do matter. In dating and relationships, before you win someone over with your personality, it's usually your appearance that decides if you're even going to be allowed in through that door. Our brains make snap judgments of people without us even noticing. That's our unconscious bias. But short of getting surgery, which has its own limitations and risks, there's little you can do about your flaws, your features. Now, what you can do is what I would consider in 2023 to be just common knowledge self-improvement habits that most men's and women's improvement YouTube channels have been recycling a million different times over. For example, this is Dylan McKnight, a self-proclaimed average-looking guy who worked to improve his overall appearance in just 30 days.
But I'm done feeling sorry for myself. For the next 30 days, I will be strictly following the male model protocol, and at the end of the 30 days, I will be showing my results.
But here's the twist, there's a kicker, and that's that Dylan is actually attributing his success to a facial gains ebook.
I'm gonna need as much help as I can possibly get. So I did the only thing I could think of, and I reached out to my friend Shami, who just so happens to be famous on TikTok for looks improvement. Shami was a G. He got back to me super quick, and he actually hooked me up with free access to his facial gains ebook. You guys, I'm looking through this ebook that Shami just sent me, and this has gotta feel like that scene in Kung Fu Panda, you know, where Tai Lung, he saw the dragon scroll for the first time. Okay, so everything is here right now. I'm pretty eager to just open everything up and actually start Looksmaxxing finally. So I ended up buying this tool off Amazon that supposedly helps with the under eyes. And once again, where credit is due, I did get it from Shami's Facial Gains ebook. I'm going to be plugging his ebook below in the description if you want to try it for yourself. This video is not sponsored by them. It's just without that thing, I would have been screwed, to be honest with you. It's an affiliate link, so yeah, it does help me a little. Once again, that ebook will be in the description.
Here you can see his before and after shots, before 30 days video and after 30 days video. So what are the mind-blowing meat and potatoes changes that Dylan implemented into his life that contributed to this transformation that anyone purchasing a face rating would love to know? Diet, a skincare routine, a proper sleep schedule, and a new hairstyle. I would have said exercise, but he was already doing that.
Even though the only thing I've done so far is lose weight and tan, the difference is already drastic. My face appears a lot less bloated, fat loss has made my jawline more pronounced, and my skin is already a bit more clear.
Water's wet, sky's blue. There's nothing revolutionary here that I or you would have needed a face rating or a Looksmaxxing guide for. Control the controllables. Now in Dylan's case, it is true that besides the changes I just mentioned, he's also now on finasteride and is also derma rolling, which in combination both limit any further hair loss while also re-stimulating any inactive hair follicles that could lead to new hair growth. But for the sake of this video, in these 30 days, he just grew his hair out. You're not going to see the results of finasteride that quick. He's also trying this goofy jaw exercise routine that might do more damage than good, if anything at all, according to Dr. Mike.
Jaw trainer things on TikTok, do they actually work? Bro, Cristiano Ronaldo got paid mad money to do that ad, and you shouldn't really be using these things because the masseter muscles are really strong. But the reality is if you overdo it, you can create problems in the TMJ area that literally cause you to have a pain in the head. Not a pain in the butt, but a pain in the head. And then at night, if you overtrain these muscles, you can start doing teeth clenching and teeth grinding, wearing down your molars. You do not want these problems. Trust me on this. I've seen patients who suffer with it. It's a big problem.
But anyway, in the case of Dylan and millions of others, this is just someone that followed the same tried and true advice we've known for eons. I swear we come up with the funniest and most creative shit that hits on our insecurities and makes the old seem new again. So if you still find face ratings curious, fun, find value in someone picking out your flaws, and are maybe open to plastic surgery, then have at it. Seriously, don't let me or anyone stop you. It's your money, and more importantly, it's your face. You're the one that has to live with it. But hopefully now I've educated you more on the topic, or at the very least maybe entertained you. So thanks for coming along for the ride. Later.